What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a new video. In this video, I want to get down to the bottom of what is going on with Brit Eady and Bravo. It was put out into the atmosphere, into the Bravo universe, that Brit Eady filed this $20 million lawsuit against Bravo. And then it was put out that Bravo was considering canceling the entire Real Housewives franchise because of this $20 million lawsuit. Now, I knew that was a lie from the start, but now it's coming to light that Brit Eady hasn't actually done what she needs to do to file her lawsuit in the first place. So now you know Bravo is lying about them possibly canceling the Housewives franchise because of her lawsuit when they didn't even get served her lawsuit. So we're going to get into the legal details of everything that's going on in this video. But first, if you're not familiar with me, I'm Layla Lynn. I do celebrity news and nostalgia, and I also cover the Housewives. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button and click the bell so that you never miss a video. All right, you guys. So this came to my attention via Giorgio Says. Shout out to Giorgio for clocking the Housewives. And he posted this video about Brit Eady not really filing a $20 million lawsuit.
Okay, let's actually talk about what Brit Eady filed, because it was not an actual $20 million lawsuit. But her comms person surely was excited to shop this around as clickbait, where USA Today even wrote Real Housewives of Atlanta star Brit Eady sues Bravo over explicit photo. But this one was the last straw for me, because I'm seeing this take off a little bit, where Radar Online is now insinuating that because of this $20 million lawsuit, that now the franchise is going to go away completely, because Bravo and NBC are shaking in their boots because Brit Eady filed this lawsuit. What Brit Eady filed on June 5th was a summons with notice, not a full lawsuit. There's no index number on the summons with notice. And the case status is pre-RJI, which essentially means no judge has been assigned, there's been no serving of the defendants, and there's been no actual complaint on record. Simply put, it's not yet active in the court system because Brit has not taken the follow-up steps in getting those defendants served. She's got to actually file those things and pay for that and go through those motions, but it hasn't happened.
All right, you guys. So I did look into this. I looked into the court system for Brit Eady's lawsuit against Bravo, NBC Universal, Truly Original, Endemol Shine. She was suing everybody, and it doesn't come up in the system anymore. It says that the only cases that do show up in the system are cases for which a request for judicial intervention has been filed. Only those cases will be displayed. So I don't know if the system just dropped what was showing up, because like nothing is happening. Like she hasn't requested a judge for the case, and it seems that the people haven't even been served. So we're going to take a look at what she did file. All right, so this is what she filed. It's called a summons with notice, and it is floating around on the internet. It was filed with New York County Clerk, and you can see it's Brittany Eady, which I heard she has several last names. When I was looking her up, there are other last names, but this is under the last name of Eady, and it's against Truly Original, Bravo Media, NBC Universal, Endemol Shine North America, and Jane Doe's, which she can later specify if she decides to actually go through with this case. But you can see where this is a summons, like you're hereby summoned. And then she goes into the people that the defendants, the people she's suing. And then it goes into the details of the case, and it includes defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false light, respondent superior, and SH in a hostile work environment, which is in violation of the law. And so she says this was June 6th last year when this all happened, and she described what happened at Kenya's event. Now we know that Kenya, the explicit, like the most explicit photo that Kenya appeared to show of her, now we know that it was not her. And Kenya, when Kenya has talked about it, she's always said that she got the picture from an internet search. She never came out and said that it was a picture from Google and it wasn't Brit Eady, but she was being very cryptic, and she kept saying, I got the picture from an internet search. So it turns out that the picture is not even Brit Eady. So she describes all of that. And then she explains how Bravo, Truly Original, the production company, intentionally, recklessly aired an episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta on April 6, 2025 that included footage of the event. And they basically implied that it was Brit in the photo. In that specific photo that Kenya got off Google, they implied that it was Brit Eady. And so she's suing them. And so the relief sought is as follows: A, the immediate removal of the episode from television and streaming. B, a public statement, basically a public apology. C, a monetary award to be determined at trial. And she does want a jury trial. And D, punitive damages entered against the defendants jointly and severally and or individually. And E, for the cost and fees of this proceeding. She wants them to pay the cost of the lawsuits. And pay attention to number 5. Should defendants fail to appear herein, judgment will be entered by default for the sum of not less than $20 million. So this is where that number $20 million is coming in. That's what she wants as a default judgment if the defendants, NBC, Bravo, etc., fail to appear in court. But again, it appears that she has not actually served them. Like, this is the beginning of a lawsuit, but she has not actually served them, and she hasn't made a request for judicial intervention. And a request for judicial intervention, it's a form submitted to the court that initiates judicial oversight of a case, like requests a judge be assigned to a case. And it's filed after starting a case, but before the court is actively involved. So it seems like she hasn't yet gotten to that point. We don't know yet what's going to happen with this lawsuit, but it seems she hasn't yet gotten to that point. And so when Bravo insiders are leaking to the media that they're thinking about canceling the entire franchise because of Brit Eady's lawsuit, like, it's all a lie. It's all a lie because her lawsuit is really just getting started. But it was all over the blogs. And this is from the Jasmine brand. They said, could Brit Eady's bombshell lawsuit mean the end of the Housewives franchise? There are growing whispers that NBC is considering ending the entire Real Housewives franchise following the $20 million defamation and harassment lawsuit filed by newcomer Brit Eady. According to insiders, Brit's lawsuit might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. A production insider shared with reporter Rob Shooter, quote, what made Housewives great? The chaos is now its biggest threat. It's just lawsuit after lawsuit. And they added, the drama made it great, but now it's a walking lawsuit. And then the reporter, Rob Shooter, said, the champagne's flat, the taglines are tired, and Bravo may finally be done playing hostess. Now, I didn't really believe this story when it came out that Bravo would cancel an entire franchise over one $20 million lawsuit, because Brit Eady's lawsuit is not the most impactful that Bravo has faced. Bravo recorded a whole season of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip with Carolyn Manzo and Brandi Glanville and other women, but they had to shelve an entire season because of a lawsuit that Caroline Manzo filed accusing Brandi Glanville of assault. Like, allegedly, Brandi kissed her and touched her in a bathroom when she was kind of like running away from Brandi because she didn't want Brandi to kiss her. And Brandi said that the production company directed her to amp up the drama. And so she called herself amping up the drama by trying to kiss Caroline. And Caroline ended up filing a lawsuit about it. And they had to shelve the entire season. So to me, Brit Eady's lawsuit compared to that is nothing. It's just a drop in the bucket for Bravo. And apparently, it hasn't officially even got started. So, y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. To me, it seems like people are just out here lying. Like, Bravo is saying, oh, we might cancel the entire franchise because of this woman's lawsuit, when really they haven't even received a summons. Like, they're just doing PR and trying to put it out there that they actually care that their reality stars are suing them. That's the whole point of them putting it out there that they might cancel the franchise, to look like they care, when in actuality, if they really did care, these things wouldn't be happening. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. And as always, thanks for watching. What's up, you guys? So it's Label Lynn, and I'm back with something different. June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going live. We're doing a group coaching class. The link is in the description box or in the bio. We're doing a group coaching class on femininity, how to speak softly and win big. Because whether you realize it or not, my entire empire, my social media empire, between YouTube and Facebook, I have almost 500,000 followers, and it's all built on my voice. So I can tell you, like, the way you speak to people matters. Like your tone of voice, your word choice, the things you talk about, the things you don't talk about, it all matters. And that's what I've built my empire on, and my family life, like my home life. I've built a very happy home life based on how I speak to people. And we're not just talking about corporate communication and social media, like content creation communication. We're talking about in your social life, like how to speak to people in a way that's soft, in a way that's feminine. Because I see so many women on social media saying like they feel like they're in their masculine energy, like they want to learn how to speak softly, how to get in their feminine energy. If you want to learn how to get into your feminine energy, how to speak to people in a way that they hear you. Because a lot of people, if you're not talking to them the way they want to be spoken to, they don't even hear you. So if you want to learn how to talk to people in a way that they are receptive to, how to speak softly and win big, register for my live group coaching class June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.